Loneliness in a crowd happens because loneliness tracks emotional connection, not physical proximity. You can be surrounded by people and still feel unseen if none of them really know what's going on with you, or if the connection feels thin and performative. So if you've ever left a party, a family gathering, or even a group chat that's been buzzing all day and felt strangely empty afterward, stick around. Because what you're feeling has a name, it has a reason, and by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why it happens. Let's get into it. Part 1. Quality over quantity. Here's the first thing almost everyone gets wrong about loneliness. They think it's a numbers problem. Not enough friends. Not enough plans on the calendar. Not enough people texting back. But that's not how it works. Research on loneliness consistently finds that the depth of relationships matters more than how many you have. One real conversation, the kind where someone actually gets you, can outweigh an entire room full of small talk. Think about the last time you were at a party. You might have talked to 15 people, weather, work, and you walked out feeling more disconnected than when you walked in. That's not a contradiction. That's the whole point. 15 shallow conversations don't add up to one deep one. They're not even the same currency. This is why someone with 2 or 3 close friends can feel completely fulfilled, while someone with 500 followers and a packed social calendar can feel like they're drowning in isolation. It was never about the head count. Part 2. The mismatch between roles and self. Here's the second piece, and this one sneaks up on people because it doesn't feel like a problem. It feels like normal life. A lot of social contact happens through roles. You are the co-worker. You are the parent at pickup. You are the regular at the gym who nods hello. These roles are real. They're useful. But they only ever show a narrow slice of who you are. And if that narrow slice is most of what people see of you, day after day, the rest of you goes completely unwitnessed. Nobody's rejecting you. Nobody's being unkind. They just never met the version of you that worries at 2 a.m., or that's proud of something nobody asked about, or that's quietly struggling with something you haven't said out loud. That gap between the role you play and the person you actually are registers as loneliness. Even with a full calendar, even with a job everyone says is so social. Part 3. The fear of being truly known. Now here's where it gets a little more uncomfortable, because this next one isn't something that's happening to you. It's something a lot of us do to ourselves. Sometimes we hold back the parts of ourselves that feel risky to share. The embarrassing stuff, the angry stuff, the stuff that feels too much, too weird, too vulnerable. And so even our closest relationships stay surface level. Not because the other person can't handle it, but because we never gave them the chance to. This is the loneliness that's partly self-protective. It's a wall we built on purpose, usually a long time ago, usually for a good reason at the time. The problem is, walls don't know when the danger's past. They just stay up. And the cruel irony is this. The very protection that keeps you safe from rejection is the same thing that guarantees you'll feel unseen. You can't get hurt by people who don't know you. But you also can't feel close to people who don't know you either. It's the same door. Part 4. Loneliness as a signal, not a flaw. Let's pause here, because I want to say something that I think genuinely changes how this feels to carry. Psychologically, loneliness functions like hunger or thirst. It's a signal, a cue that a need isn't being met. It's not evidence that you're unlikable or broken or destined to be alone. It's your mind doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Flagging an unmet need so you'll address it. But here's the trap. When people treat loneliness as shameful, as something embarrassing to admit, something that means they've failed socially, they tend to withdraw further. They cancel the plans. They stop reaching out. They convince themselves it's easier not to try. And that withdrawal deepens the very isolation they're ashamed of. Part 5. When your mood lies to you. Anxiety and low mood can make you discount the connection that's actually there. You might have a friend who would absolutely show up for you at 3 a.m. if you called. Someone who has proven that before. But in the moment, when you're anxious, when you're low, it doesn't feel like enough. It doesn't feel real. Your mood reaches in and rewrites the math. This is worth knowing, because it means you can't always trust the loneliness you feel in the moment as an accurate read of how alone you actually are. Sometimes it's your mood holding up a distorted mirror. The way through isn't to talk yourself out of the feeling. It's to test it. Reach out to the one person. Send the text you don't feel like sending. Let reality have a vote, instead of just the mood. Here's what I want you to sit with. Loneliness isn't asking you, what's wrong with you? It's asking you, what do you actually need right now? Quantity over quality. The mask that's become the face. The walls you built to protect a version of you that doesn't even live there anymore. A signal, not a sentence. A mood that lies about who actually shows up for you. 5 reasons. One thread running through all of them. You can fix loneliness with proximity, but you can only heal it with honesty.